Not really.
Well, then, again, I'm not going to be able to take the plea today, and if we need to just set this matter for a trial, then we'll set it for trial.
I'm fine with that, Your Honor.
Mr. Daly, how long do you think you need to for a trial in this case?
Mr. Matson wants his trial as quick as possible, Your Honor.
If we could probably do
Mr. Manson, please don't interrupt us.
Okay, I'm sorry.
it will probably only take about a day.
Do you agree with that, Mr. Daly?
I do.
All right. Second, can you find us a one-day trial date, please?
We could do it Friday on the 3rd.
I can't get the subpoena served that quickly. There's no way.
Now, we have 180-day rule.
We're not in violation of the 180-day rule.
All right. Can I just have everyone be quiet until we establish a trial date, please?
Judge, I'm happy with this journey. Any plea today.
All right, so you want to move forward with your plea now?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Because you're going to be convicted.
Then with Mr. Daly and the advice that he's given you,
Yeah.
You should be.
you understand that the maximum penalty for this offense is up to 2 years in prison.
Yeah.
Neither the prosecutor, defendant, or anyone acting on the defendant's behalf has discussed a possible sentence with the court. Is that correct, Ms. Muir?
That's correct.
Mr. Daly?
It's correct, Your Honor.
Is that also your understanding, Mr. Matson?
Yeah.
If a guilty plea is accepted, there will be no trial. That means you'll be giving up the rights that you would have had at trial. I'm going to explain those rights to you now to make sure that you understand them.
Hey, Artie.
You have the right to a speedy public trial by jury. You can ask for a non-jury trial, and if the prosecutor and the court agreed, you could have a non-jury trial. You have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to have a prosecuting attorney prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you are guilty, and you do not have to prove anything. You have the right to be present at trial and have the witnesses against you appear at your trial and ask those witnesses questions. You have the right to have the court order any witnesses that you have for your defense to appear at your trial. You have the right to remain silent during your trial and not have that silence used against you. However, you also have the right to testify at your trial if you want to testify. You understand, Mr. Manson, that if your plea is accepted, you may be giving up the right to appeal issues that would otherwise be appealable if you were convicted at a trial.
I understand.
You also understand that any appeal from the conviction and sentence pursuant to this plea would be by application for leave to appeal and not by right.
I understand.
If you are not a citizen of the United States of America, conviction of a crime can result in deportation, exclusion from admission to the United States of America, or denial of naturalization. Do you have any questions about any of those rights, Mr. Manson?
What did you just say about not being a citizen of the United States and being a national?
If you are not a citizen of the United States of America, a conviction of a crime can result in deportation, exclusion from admission to the United States of America, or denial of naturalization.
Oh, okay, yeah, I understand.
Okay. Do you have any questions about any of those rights?
No.
Hallelujah.
You're giving those rights up.
Yeah.
How do you wish to plead then to the charge that on or about June 6, 2021 in Franklin Township, Lenawee County, Michigan, that you did offense of attempted possession of cocaine, heroin, or another narcotic of less than 25 grams?
Guilty.
Has anyone made any promises, threats or promises to induce you to plead guilty to that charge?
Just for my freedom today, that's all.
Do you understand that if I accept the plea, you'll be giving up any and all claims that your plea is given as a result of threats or promises that were not disclosed to the court on the record here this morning, or that it was not your own choice to enter the plea?
Yeah.
Is the prosecutor or defense counsel aware of any promises, threats, or inducements other than the plea bargain to induce the defendant to plead guilty?
None, Your Honor.
And Your Honor.
Mr. Manson, has your attorney promised you any particular sentence or estimated what your sentence would be?
Just the max, what you just said, 2 years.
Okay. Is it your own choice to plead guilty today?
Yes.
Mr. Daly, would you like to establish a factual basis?
Yes, Your Honor.
My client get caught with drugs. The end.
Mr. Manson, is it true that on, was it September 21st, that you were charged with the crime of possession or attempted possession of cocaine?
I believe it was June 7th.
I'm sorry, June 7th. And was that in Runaway County,
Yeah.
state of Michigan?
Yeah.
And you were stopped for a traffic violation, is that correct?
Correct.
And when you were stopped for the traffic violation, did they find you in possession of cocaine?
Yeah.
I have no other questions, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Muir, do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Does the court comply with MCR 6.302 B, C, and D?
It has.
It has, Your Honor.
I will accept the plea then. It has been given understandably, voluntarily, and accurately. The defendant has full knowledge of his rights and he has had competent counsel. The court's not made any agreement regarding the possibility of a plea or possible sentence in this case with the prosecutor, defense attorney, defendant, or anyone acting in the interest of any of them. We will refer this matter to the probation department for a pre-sentence investigation and set sentencing for January 14th at 8:15 a.m. Mr. Manson, someone from the probation department will be in touch with you to do a pre-sentence investigation interview. When you do that interview, please be truthful about this offense, about your background. And it's my understanding that there's an agreement to reduce the bond at this point. Is that correct?
Your Honor, if I may be heard on that, Mr. Manson did indicate he attempted to appear when he had failed to appear, and that was why he was picked up on a warrant anyway. So this time, and that's obviously been taken care of at this point. So at this point, I would have no objection to reducing his bond. However, I would ask that he place a phone number and an address on the record so that Mr. Stevenson or someone else from probation can get a hold of him.
All right.
Well, I am duly impressed. I did not know what happened here. I didn't think this would happen. My first video on this is called The Republic of Michigan.
At this point, then,
Put a link in the description below.
modify the bond to a PR bond.
But this defendant was out there. And that defense attorney got in and talked sense into him. I did not think it would happen. Well, there we have it. I just got that, and from a viewer, someone sent that to me. Wait a second here. Let me get over here. And I just wanted to do the follow up right away. I saw that right after I got off the Kim Blandino call today. It's just a day of crazy. We had Samir Siraj Marobey already, the Republic of Michigan sovereign citizen guy right here. And that surprised me because he was just so far gone. And then this defense attorney got in. He refused counsel till the very end on that. And this guy, this guy cuts him a deal so he can get out of jail, or at least it appears that he's going to. That is amazing. And yet he still almost screwed it up today in the beginning, because he was telling the judge that he was under duress, and the judge isn't going to accept a plea under those terms. And then the second hurdle was he didn't like the advice of his counsel until he was staring down the barrel of a trial, at which point he decided he did like the advice of counsel and took the deal, which ultimately was the best thing for all involved. They get their conviction. Apparently this guy gets out under these circumstances, and it's pretty good. Oh, thank you, Greg Z. In fact, I think this judge, Olsaver, this is number 3, so he might qualify for his own playlist. I might have to make a Judge Olsaver playlist. We've got one for Aaron Gothier up north there, and certainly Judge Middleton. Judge Middleton has had his own playlist for quite a while now. Thanks everybody for coming out. I actually was in contact with our Nevada judges, and I might put something together with him yet again today. And again, I didn't schedule this. It's just apparently all the crazies get set for court appearances today. There's some good stuff there. Most notably Kim Blandino telling the judge that she's got mental problems. It doesn't end well for him. Thanks a lot.